Oh, the weather outside is frightful,
but inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Bum.
Bomb, baby. Oh yeah, how you doing? Season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. I have no idea why I'm talking like this. I just figured that I'd come in on the song in kind of a, I don't know, a smooth, jazzy version. Kind of nice to, have a little bit of variety in that opening theme song. Don't you think, Blue Dragon 5?
I do agree, and duly as I do my Billy D. Williams impression.
Oh god. Okay. So
You old pirate, you.
Yes, I'm the cool side of the pillow. Why don't you just roll your head over here and then just drift on off to Slumberland? All right, enough of that nonsense.
And I didn't betray Han. I saved him in the end.
But the question is, Lando, what are you gonna do to him in episode 8?
That's a very good. I think you mean 7, don't you?
No, you're not cast in episode 7, so everyone assumes you're just gonna show up in episode 8.
That's very wise. Or my own spin-off film. Does anyone consider that?
Oh,
hint, hint,
that's possible.
Hint, hint, Hollywood.
Hey, Billy D, one more thing before we go.
Anything else?
Yeah, when the hell are you going to play Two-Face, you bastard?
Tiki, the world's full of ghosts and goblins. I don't think we need another Two-Face, but we'll see. It depends how many zeros are behind the check, baby.
Alright, fair enough. Get Mr. Burden on the phone. Work something out with him.
But let's go back into review land, as we're about to discuss a cool holiday classic.
Indeed, indeed. Where the hell did this Billy D. Williams intro come from?
I don't know, Tiki, but I think you started indubitably.
Yes, and you just kind of rolled with it, and oh my god, it's getting out of hand. So yes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Alright, out of Billy D.
Okay, we're done.
So, like I said, season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And welcome to another exciting episode of Christmas in July, the show where we take a look at a Christmas special, at least one of them, every single day of the month of July. Isn't it insane, Blue Dragon 5? Isn't your heart just swelling with holiday cheer?
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Again and again.
Right. Oh, man. So, Blue Dragon 5, we haven't even been doing this a week. It'll be a week tomorrow. Can you believe that?
Nope.
Are you already getting kind of fatigued, or are you just kind of, like, gearing into motion for, like, the long haul ahead?
I'm fine.
You're fine? You're just like, yeah, whatever, along the ride.
I'm full of some summery holiday cheer.
Oh, yeah. And I'm the only one who's obligated to appear on one of these things every single night, so I'm the one who should be kind of stressed out and panicked about the whole thing.
And still without a Santa hat.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. This is unacceptable. But I'm sorry. It will come soon, very soon. Probably for the week-long anniversary of Christmas in July. I promise. Alright, so Christmas in July. So far, we've reviewed a lot of specials. We did some DreamWorks specials in the Kung Fu Panda holiday special, Dragons, Gift of the Night Theory, the Happy Days holiday special, Guess Who's Coming to Christmas, Hey Arnold's Christmas special, a couple of DC Universe Christmas specials. I personally reviewed the Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. And then last night, Blue Dragon 5 and I, we reviewed, Hey Mikey, So Santa Does Shave from Recess. So what do you think about that lineup so far?
Sounds good, and I love how we closed out with some classic Robert Goulet holiday goodness.
Oh yes, indeed. That was a treat. Alright, so here at last, we're finally into our second week of Christmas in July, where we kind of dig into, I don't know, we're just tropping forward, kind of pulling through some of these things. So with that in mind, Blue Dragon 5, want to tell the audience what they're in for tonight, what special we're going to be covering?
Sure. Well, first of all, I think this is going to be our first Cartoon Network special. Am I correct?
Indeed, that's definitely worth noting.
Yep, and anyway, so today we're here to talk about the holiday special that's centered around three wonderful superheroines. That's right, folks. We're here to talk about the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
'Twas the Fight
yeah.
Before Christmas. Now, that's just an awesome title right off the bat. 'Twas the Fight Before Christmas. Because you know why? Because they're awesome crime fighters around the holidays.
Yeah, it's very, very appropriate, for sure.
And we thought it was a shorter special, but actually it's longer.
Yeah,
than
it's
20-minute
almost
special.
an hour. It's like 45 minutes, I think,
Yes.
without commercials.
And 45 minutes without commercials. Very surprising.
I'm like, wow, okay. But
I forgot it went on that long.
Whatever. We have the notes for it, so we should be good.
Yeah.
So
Actually, just a little background on this thing, if I may.
Oh yeah, by all means.
So, speaking of the length of it, the reason it's an hour long is because it was released, at least intended to be a direct-to-video release, aired on TV around the holidays. But it was released, oddly enough, in October of 2003.
Okay, that's
on the
kind of
7th.
backwards.
Yeah, it's kind of backwards. It's funny. They produced it, then they released it then, yet it
Blue
aired.
Dragon 5.
Yes.
After the scares, go see the Bears. Yeah, it's basically that kind of marketing strategy. I'm sorry, did I just crush your soul?
Somewhat.
You want me to, like, sing a song to bring it back?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Okay. Anyway.
Little Dragon 5, he needs to regain his cheer. Alright.
Anyway, I think you'll appreciate this because actually, so it was scheduled for a direct-to-video release. It was VHS tape. It was released October 2003 on the 7th. However, it aired for the first time December 12th. That's a day after the recess special, and a day after your birthday.
Day after my birthday. Yoo-hoo!
So it aired December 12th. Oddly enough. And so it's an hour
Actually, my
extravagant.
birthday, it comes at a very good time because I believe, or at least it did come at a very good time when I was a kid, ideally, because it would be like, usually my birthday would be like the week that you get out of school for the holidays. So it'd be like, you do something big then, and then go on to the holidays and do something even bigger. So it's just like, holy crap, it's just like a whole frickin' 2 weeks of just Christmas fun and birthday fun and yahoo! Oh, did I miss childhood, Blue Dragon 5? I miss childhood.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, essentially that's it in a nutshell. It's release day. It's made an hour special because the reason it's an hour is because it was released direct to video initially.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, wait, is it a full hour or is it 45 minutes? Because
I mean an hour with commercials is what I mean. But
okay. So
45 minutes on VHS, I guess, plus the opening commercials.
Right. So they aired it. So they aired it on TV first, and then they.
I believe it. Believe it or not,
it on home video.
I believe it was the opposite of that. Actually, I believe it was October. Then it aired in December. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, okay. I see it. All right. Right on.
Anyway, that's pretty much in a nutshell. So, it's moving on. Let's. Where do you want to start with, Sticky?
All right. Well, let's just kind of go through this thing beat by beat. I'd say at this point it's definitely the longest Christmas special we've reviewed so far. So
it's a holiday extravaganza, to say the least.
Oh yeah. So all right. So strap in, boys and girls. This one might be just a little bit longer than usual.
Oh, can I say where we start though? Can I say where we start?
Oh yeah, by all means.
We start in the city of Townsville. Okay, keep going.
All right.
Our narrator, by the way, voiced by the wonderful Tom Kenny, well known for the voice of the mayor in this show and the voice of SpongeBob, and countless others like Plastic Man.
Gotta love him. Okay, so we're at the elementary school
Pokey
in
Oaks.
Oaks, indeed. Like every one of these Christmas specials, there's got to be a robotic Santa that just goes like ho 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 very robotically. And I feel like Futurama kind of takes that whole trope and just turns it on its head. But it's there. It's in the elementary school. It's
Well, I
something I
mean,
noticed.
Happy Days the Santa mug people, so
That's
it's a
true.
trend.
That's true. See what I mean?
It's a
It goes
trend
back
that
all the way to the 70s. It's just a tradition.
well, it's
It's
more
like
like the
evil Santa
50s.
Claus.
Technically the 50s.
Well, I know, but Happy Days was you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But also, it's on the note about the narrator, real quick before we get into the story.
Yeah.
It's really nice. What'd you think of how he formatted things? Made like almost every line rhyme. I mean, basically made it sound like a "Twas the Night Before Christmas" type deal.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how it was very subtle. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
really in your face like it was a Christmas sort of thing. It was more just like very calming, very soothing.
Yeah.
Much like the voice actor always is. Of course, because he's a great talent. But yeah, I definitely think he made it work for sure.
Nice. No, it was
I think
clever.
it's something that could have been really distracting, but I think with his particular talents, he just made it like, this is nice. I'm just being carried through this nice holiday story by this guy.
Hey, you have to remember that's the purpose of this narrator in this show. He really has no influence on the plot whatsoever. You can just visually see everything because that's the kind of the Tartakovsky Steve McCracken style at its best, right there, just visually communicating everything.
Right.
Like you could watch some of these episodes on mute and you get everything because the storytelling is just visually so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just really, really funny with that narrator. And here it's just a nice holiday theme. It justifies why it's called "Twas the Fight." Anyway.
All right, so we're getting Bubbles, Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup are writing their Christmas lists. Buttercup in particular. Bubbles is, she's kind of like, oh, well, why are you waiting until Christmas Eve? You should have sent it to him earlier. And Bubbles, frickin' Butters, I've got South Park on my mind for some reason. I'm sorry. Bubbles reveals that she sent her letter to Santa out December 26th of last year. What do you think about that little twist, Blue Dragon 5?
I love that. I love how kind of speaking of our previous kind of as we do here with the specials, we kind of get to the equation of the Christmas formula, if you will, the numbers, the numbers and holiday icons on the board. So it's on the note we've been kind of talking about how there's always like the last minute mentality around Christmas specials. They always wait to the last minute to either do their shopping or do something Christmas related.
Sure.
And I love how Bubbles pointed out the folly and logic there, and especially Bubbles of all characters. It makes it the most childlike and in tune with all of our lovely Christmas conceits, and she's calling Buttercup on her inability to prepare. It says the 26th. That's after Christmas of last year.
Buttercup, what are you, Gerald Johansson? Do you go to the frickin' Arnold's boarding house for Christmas and do their last-minute gift exchange? Like, who were you raised by? Come on.
Yeah. Well, she was raised by the Professor Utonium team. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so also two things to note real quick. One a standout with Bubbles because Bubbles is pretty much everyone's favorite Powerpuff Girl.
Oh, of course.
Voiced by the wonderful Tara Strong, illustrious voice actress extraordinaire. Currently Harley Quinn nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the other thing, one of my favorite characters in Powerpuff Girls, at least one of my favorite voice actresses, is in this episode. Not Grey Delisles, but the runner-up for Grey Delisles, Jennifer Hale as Miss Keene.
Okay.
I love Miss Keene.
Oh, I love Miss Keene as well. She's like a splitting image of my first grade teacher.
Again, she's kind of reminds me of my first grade teacher too. I think that's another reason.
Right. It's like she just has that like poppy attitude towards her.
I love how nice it like Miss Keene's kind of embodies the pleasant mundane that you remember the kindergarten teachers being so nice and so nice and friendly. Yeah, Miss Keene, she's very genuine what she's saying, but she's also at times she has ulterior motive. It's all for the quest for peace, if you will.
Oh yeah.
She's such a nice character, so pleasant. She's accommodating. Saying, now class, don't forget. She's very nice. I love how all the kids are giving her like Christmas apples. That's so nice.
Yeah.
I just want good things. I just want good things from Miss Keene. She's such a nice character.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
So one of the items on on Buttercup's list is a BB gun, and then
you know it's a reference to, don't you?
What?
You know what that's a reference to,
of
don't
course
you?
I know what it's a reference to. Of course, I believe it's is it the princess that brings up the reference?
I'm sorry?
Is it the princess that brings up the reference and is like, oh, you can't get a BB gun, you'll shoot your eyes out?
Well, yeah, she directly said the line, but then still, I
Okay.
recognize her saying the Red Ryder carbine action. As, you know, it's Ralphie's gun, and then Princess brought it home. She said, "You'll shoot your eye out." Which also, I mentioned Jennifer Hale again. She's a voice actress extraordinary on her own right. She also voices our bad guy. She's Princess.
Okay.
So a lot of versatility within Jennifer Hale.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. But
I'll mention one last thing. She another reason I'm praising Jennifer Hale. She voiced Sam from Totally Spies, and she was one of the characters on my my female characters list.
Oh, okay, nice.
Anyway, continue.
But I must say, you know, we were kind of talking about Randall last night on the Recess special, and I kind of have similar feelings towards Princess that you do towards Randall, and that, like, she kind of crosses the line for me between character that you love to hate to characters that just get obnoxious and grate on your nerves. So, I don't know. I would have liked to see the mundanity of Mojo Jojo doing Christmas shopping in this special.
Well, we got a bit of that. We got a small.
We got a
small
tiny little.
But Tiki, I got a funny observation about that. I'm going to get to later on. It's a hugely funny observation on this.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but yeah, the funny thing, the thing about Princess as a character, I'm with you. She's annoying, but I think I like her more. Mainly, I think it's because the way Jennifer Hale plays her is kind of like the super prissy and brat. Like you just, as long as she gets comeuppance, I'm fine with all the evil stuff she does. As long as she gets comeuppance.
She's essentially like Veruca Salt on steroids.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yes. Essentially, yeah, that's her. It's just she's so bratty and like bratty to the max.
Right.
You know, it's just so funny. It's like such an almost ironic performance from Jennifer Hale, and again, just showing you the versatility. She plays such the nicest person in the world, Miss Keene, and plays and again, I'm gonna call back that funny observation with Princess later on, with the villains in general, with her too. So later on, bear that in mind. She's so bratty in this thing. I get a little more love to hate her. Like, still, I hate her, but I love her. But I kind of have the same thing around as a character. Like personally, I'd say, oh man, she sucks. And someone take her down a peg. Someone take her out.
Yeah.
Like, someone punch this kid. Please, someone punch this kid.
So, you know, basically it's established that everyone thinks that the princess is going to be on the naughty list. It's kind of like...
Well,
What?
Can I list some of her past naughty actions?
Well, sure.
As the Powerpuff Girls did kindly. And these were all actual episodes, by the way. Which is funny, a little attention to detail. Just to list some of them. So basically gave Powerpuff Girls a bomb for their birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Had the whole Beatles villains team up episode.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was it. She bought the city and legalized crime.
Oh my.
Hired Mojo Jojo to attack the Powerpuff Girls and tricked. This one I forgot entirely. So I mean I haven't. I don't know if you've even watched this one. They tricked Robin into becoming a... I vaguely remember this. I forget who Robin is, though. They tricked, I assume, a female Robin, not Robin the Boy Wonder.
Right.
Tricked Robin into becoming a criminal.
It would be absolutely insane if it was Robin the Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
I would love it.
No, it would be silly.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole point of that is that, boy, she is really naughty. There is not a chance in heck that she's going to be on Santa's good list.
Oh, yeah. And this just peeves her the hell out. So we have a little segment where, you know, Miss Keene, delightful as ever. Oh, by the way, Blue Dragon 5, I love how on the blackboard it's written, homework assignment, have a Merry Christmas!
Oh, that's great. Again, you know what, this takes me back to my days in the... way back in grade school, was lying up by the door.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Oh,
and then I love the little gag. It's like the Power Girl saved the way in just such a small, subtle way. Just basically the door. She opens the door. It's all snowed in. Basically, no, we can't get out. Then Blossom, she's super. She uses her heat vision to blast away the snow. Not entirely, because that'd be a bummer. But just the pathway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. The Power Girl saved the day just in a small, subtle way.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, yay, Powerpuff Girls, and of course this fuels the princess's anger even more.
And I love, also I just love, I don't know, I love the design of that little pathway too. It's such a silly thing to comment on. I just love that little design of that pathway in the exterior of that location, in the snow exterior.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love Miss Keene telling them all, a lovely, love goodbye, have a Merry Christmas. I love how Mitch is in this special.
Mitch is actually mentioned quite a few times.
Yes, he is.
Which is
Mitch,
great.
Mitch has been a bad guy in the Power. Well, not a bad guy, just the rotten bully kid. And the thing. And I like how he's in this special. He gets very little do. He doesn't speak, and that might be another reason I like him in this, because he doesn't speak.
Oh God, dare I say he's a bit of a Scrooge?
No, he's not a Scrooge. We have literally princesses are Scrooge. Tiki, just take that, okay?
Okay, fine.
Mitch is fine. Mitch is
for wanting to dig deeper than the obvious ones.
Yeesh. Anyway, there's a sprint bit, Miss Keene. It pays off with Miss Keene too. Miss Keene says, don't forget, he's always watching. As Mitch basically sees the girl with a little target on her head to throw a snowball at, and he picks it up. Now, his mouth covering all the snow gear and stuff. He's about to throw that snowball. Miss Keene says, he's always watching, and then he puts it down. I love that. That's going to come back in the story, too, by the way, big time.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I just love Miss Keene has an influence on him, and also remind him of facts of the Hollies. In the Holly spirit, he stops being the obnoxious bully. Okay, I guess he's a bit of a Scrooge. Minorly a Scrooge.
Does he have a redemption arc towards the end, if I'm remembering correctly?
I'm saying his redemption arc's in 2 seconds. That's why I hardly count him as a Scrooge.
Right, but that's kind of the fun of coming up with Scrooges, because, as we kind of established with Harvey Bullock in Holiday Nights, he had a Scrooge arc that lasted, all of a minute, where he's like, bah humbug, I'm all angry. Oh, sad little girl gets on my lap.
All right, fair enough. I guess for both of them, it's just in the context of knowing the characters. In the special, though, we don't get much about them. So I guess.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so let's see. Moving on, the princess, she just stomps into a very Harry Osborn-looking limousine.
By the way, I hate the thing that just makes me cringe. It makes me really hate Princess.
Yeah.
She steps on poor Mrs. Keene's foot walking out that door. So mean. She's been nothing but nice, and that's her first action too. She steps on Miss Keene's foot intentionally.
She's just like, I'm gonna make a really bad impression, stomping out of here.
What a jerk! I'm gonna kick that kid in the face.
The So You Want to Be Imagineer YouTube channel does not endorse child violence.
Unless they're animated brats. Believe me, if you ever heard me in private talk about my distaste for Angelica Pickles, your jaw might drop.
Oh no. Oh God.
Anyway.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so Princess Blue Dragon 5, she is very determined to prove that she is in fact not on the naughty list. So what does she do? She asks her limousine driver very thoroughly.
I love the running gag of the serpents.
Oh yes. And she's just like, you think I'm naughty? The limo driver just has a horrified look on his face, and he's just sort of, what's he do? He just kind of, basically, he doesn't even respond, right? He just like puts up the glass.
He puts up the glass. But I love the Tartakovsky-McCracken timing on this scene.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I love just the hesitation on picking up the phone. The phone rings.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. He's like even it's like just the sheer terror on all these people's faces is just priceless. It really
By the way, the male servants, both the butler on the inside and the driver, are voiced by Jeff Bennett.
Okay, cool.
Basically, he's saying hello, and she's just screaming at me. Jennifer Hale, she plays this horrible character so wonderfully.
So yeah, he answers the phone, and yeah, like you said, she's just screaming at. She's like, "You didn't answer my question!" Oh god.
Oh, actually, it's funny. There's a character in Totally Spies that she plays that's exactly like Princess. just less of a supervillain, just more of an annoyance. This character called Mandy.
Oh my.
Literally has the same exact shtick. She's bratty. She's talking a mile a minute, so it's
Spoiled.
Yeah, spoiled.
Oh god.
Continue.
Okay, so yeah, is that basically where the limo gag ends? It's
Yeah, then basically.
Oh no, and then he's like on the phone. He's like, "Oh, you're breaking up. I can't hear you." And then the princess, like, she pounds on the glass, and then she pops her head out the window. I'm in that same car, you dolts!
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
then she's inside, and basically she's talking. She's like, it's in dinner, I guess, and then you got the butler.
Oh yes. What do you think of this butler, Blue Dragon 5? Because you love your butlers.
I enjoy my butlers. I'm not head over heels for them, but I like a good butler here and there.
You've been known to like a good butler from time to time.
Yeah, I like my Alfreds and my Niles, but you know. Well, yeah, this butler's. He's good. He's funny that he doesn't want to respond, but.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially the whole shtick, right? Is that they're just at a loss for words, like they're can't
petrified.
Even fake it.
They're petrified by this little girl.
Like faking, you know, just the idea of faking, like, oh yes, little girl, you're very much on the nice list, is just like too much for them because she's just so evil and she's just so horrendous. Oh god. So finally, this whole kind of running gag kind of ends out when her nanny is putting her to bed, and the nanny kind of has a bit of a German accent. Am I right?
Yeah.
Some sort of accent.
Yeah. Well, it's either Swiss or German. So.
Yeah, or Dutch or something like that. Yeah. She's all blonde and whatnot. And
actually, I'm just kind of going off instinct here, but I think that also might have been Jennifer Hale. Could be wrong, so don't.
I totally believe it. But okay, so yeah, Princess is just like, nanny, am I naughty? And of course, I like how the nanny tries to force an extremely forced smile for like half a second before just running out of the room.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, and so yeah, the princess, she's just worked up, and she yells at the nanny that she needs a pillow, and she's like, fine, I'll get it myself. And so she opens the closet, and what happens, Blue Dragon 5?
A whole mountain of coal pours upon her. And at first I thought this was like Santa Claus worked fast, but no, just the coal from all the previous years, apparently.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because it doesn't make sense if he already got there, because, like, why would she get presents first before anyone else? Like, literally, at the same...
so bad that he's just like, screw this girl! Just dump all over her!
I know, that's the thing, but then again, he still has the list we see later on waiting. And
that's very
also,
true.
the other thing, mainly because the thing that really made me think about this is because the Powerpuff Girls are still setting up for Christmas, so it can't be delivering yet. Kids are still awake.
That's right. Kind
of
okay, so
anyway.
Does the school, like, is this set on Christmas Eve?
Yes, this is Christmas
Eve. Okay. So it's a school that gets out on Christmas Eve for the holidays, which is kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how Recess does it. I like how Recess, it's like, you know, it's actually realistic. Like, school actually gets out, like, in the middle of December, not, like, December 24th. But I digress. That's just a tiny little nitpick.
Well, to be fair, we didn't even know if they were getting out around that time. They were just having a patch in Tiki.
That's a good point. All right.
Okay. Anyway, so a whole mountain of coal comes down, and she gets peeved, and then she kind of gets outraged, and she's making her way down the stairs. By the way, I love a little animation beat here. It's so simple. I love I call it the slinky coal. She kicks like a rock of coal, a lump of coal down the stairs, and it maintains until it gets to the very bottom. It works like a slinky. So one step, next step. In the same manner of a slinky too. It goes left to right, and then she basically then she kind of makes her whole mission statement. You know, she's now she's gonna get herself off that naughty list.
Oh yeah. She's gonna go straight to the source, as the Flash would say.
That's why I love her maniacal. And again, Jennifer, she really makes these evil lines sell. Basically, just saying that Elf, I'm not gonna either be taken advantage of or like be insulted like this by an elf with a weight problem.
Oh,
She's
and
really
boy, do
harsh
we
on
see that
Santa
big problem
Claus.
come into play.
She is so mean to Santa Claus, just verbally in this special. It's terrible.
Yeah, she is. She is. Oh God. Oh God. So yeah. Anyways, after Princess makes her mission statement, as you said, we get a segment that's essentially
I love this segment.
yeah, it's essentially a race to decorate the house for Christmas.
We got the girls, they're decorating such as lights, trees, and cookies.
Yeah, Blossom's making the cookies, and she's heating them up with her heat ray vision and whatnot.
I
Very
love that.
practical stuff.
I love the mundane. I love the mundane.
Oh yeah, I know you do. And of course, it absolutely 100% makes sense that Professor Utonian is going to be the goofball jiggling with the lights.
I love Professor Utonian in this special so much.
I mean, we all love Utonian just in general. He's just such a lovable character. But yeah, he just really brings it.
He goes nuts for the holidays along with the girls. He's so childlike, and Tom Kane, he brings it full force when he gets in the kid mode as the professor. Later on, he really sells it later on, but right now he's just jazzed. He's super jazzed for the holidays, and the main thing I love the professor is his arc doesn't exactly get resolved by the end of this, which kind of bothers me. But
start doing the tree lights.
Yeah, the lights.
God, yeah, you're right. It doesn't.
I mean, it subtly may have been solved, but we'll get to that later. But essentially, Blossom wins the contest, meaning she can put the star on the tree. And then the professor comes in. He's so jazzed, and he was waiting during all this, saying, "Oh, it's time to light the tree." Like kind of Clark Griswold style, has the two plugs, and it lights up, yay! But then, boom.
And he has like a sobby lip, like.
I know, but at first for a moment, I thought, "Oh, Professor, cheer up! It's just blinking lights." But then apparently it's not blinking lights; it's malfunctioning lights.
Mm-hmm.
So it does every year, and I love my favorite line from the Professor. I think is so hilarious. I made 3 kids out of seasoning, yet I can't get the lights to work.
Right.
It's so funny because he made 3 kids out of seasoning, and he can't get the lights. It's self-explanatory.
And of course, Blue Dragon 5, they do, in fact, build a snowman.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Indeed. All right. So
we see the town. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we see the town preparing for the holidays, and the narrator gets into some lovely, again, very soothing. You're right, Tiki. It is very soothing.
Oh yeah.
Sounds very much like a storybook. It's very soothing, really nice. Before the action sets in, it's really nice. Again,
the action in this episode does get really crazy. I mean, I can see why it's like movie style. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Again,
we'll get into that.
That's a huge testament to this series. That visual, wonderful storytelling in this sequence right now. Narrator, he's speaking about what's happening. We can just see it unfolding. It's amazing storytelling. And basically, I love how he says the kids are putting the milk and cookies under the tree, and the teens are even getting the holiday spirit too, because we see he wants a football and she wants a tattoo.
She wants a tattoo. Oh, that's great. That's right.
Okay, now I'm going to start to get into my huge discovery here.
Okay. Oh boy.
So meanwhile, we see the mayor. He's gearing up, and Miss Blossom wants a facial so she can get rid of the stress from her boss.
Yes.
The mayor wants a, and this is before the whole My Little Pony craze.
Oh no! Oh god!
And, the whole it's Puff Pony for Powerpuff. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Right.
And meanwhile, so then we we see Mojo Jojo, and he's decorating the tree. He's getting the Holy Spirit. Again, we've literally had a whole episode where Mojo's just doing the mundane thing of shopping. We could have it easily.
I want a Mojo Jojo mundane Christmas special, and I want it now. Damn it, give it to me.
Yeah, I know. I could watch that all day. We could all watch that all day. But meanwhile, here's my.
I buy. What stocking is good for my foot? Should I buy a stocking that fits my foot adequately, or should I buy a stocking that can contain the amount of presents I wanted said stocking? What if I want to wear said stocking? There's just a taste. Just a taste.
I'm just thinking of Mojo Jojo sitting on a mall Santa's lap.
Oh God.
No,
I
let
want
me
plutonium, and I want lasers, and I want world domination. I am Mojo Jojo.
So I can destroy the Powerpuff Girls for next year.
I need to destroy the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Anyway, so my big discovery here is thinking about it. Hey, Mojo Jojo, he's getting the holiday spirit, and I remembered, Mojo, actually, you know, I'll hold on to it. So just remember Mojo Jojo, he's getting the holiday spirit, and he's very funny. If you just remember that, I'll get back to that in a minute.
Okay.
Keep going. Very important, very important. Keep going.
So yeah, you know, like you said, we're just doing a little montage going around the town. Like you said, the teen wants a tattoo, the girl wants, or the teen boy wants a football, the teen girl wants a tattoo. Very funny bit. Let's see.
We're in the North Pole now, aren't we?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Now Princess is arriving at the North Pole, and I must say, Blue Dragon 5, the scale of some of these workshops at the North Pole just very impressive, especially when she kind of jumps onto the glass and she has that.
Yeah, the suction cups.
Yeah, the suction cups. Yeah, and she kind of Spider-Mans her way up the glass.
Yeah.
Like, didn't you think that was an impressive set piece? I really enjoyed the scale.
I did. I liked how it was really sold as an assembly line, because that's what it is. It's a factory assembly.
Exactly.
You don't
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
They usually kind of emphasize the whole magical angle of Santa Claus. And this year, they're really grounded about it. I like that.
Oh yeah, and especially when we get to Santa Claus himself. Oh boy.
I like how I like the little. No, it's a simple, it's a silly thing. I like how it's kind of a bit of foreshadowing how her getting there, like when she got there, and then she retracted her again. You know me, I love my gadgets, so she had like a grappling line
Of course.
to crawl across Spider-Man style. I like how when she retracted, it was like hooked on the belt, and like it hit her backside.
Oh
like
yeah,
it snapped. So that's foreshadowing that this whole thing's gonna backfire on her.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, like, it's just.
But I like how in general she's like sneaking around like freaking Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid. You know what I mean? It's like she's literally like.
It's like
she's hanging on
Copperhead
to-
from.
What?
It's like Copperhead from that Arkham Origins game.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, it's like it's just she's total stealth mode, and I really enjoy just seeing stealth anything in cartoons. It just tickles my fancy to see cartoon characters all sneaking around and whatnot, especially Princess and her ridiculous little robber getup with the coal lines across her eyes and everything. Oh, it's very funny. Okay, so let's see. She comes upon what?
The elf break room.
What?
She comes across the elf break room.
Oh yeah, and somewhere along here there was or let's see, someone's like, I think it's when point being, there are a lot of gumballs that I saw flying at one spot in the scene, and I just thought to myself, it's Mikey's gumballs.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the mundanity that there's an elf break room, and here they get Nog Cola.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Just a little elf break room. I love that.
It just makes sense. You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like enslave these little guys all day? You know,
it's a logical logic at its finest. You know, they would have a break room, and they're going there. They're shooting the stuff. You know, they're talking about their how the holidays going. So, oh man, this guy's killing me in the assembly line.
So, without further ado, Princess stumbles upon the workshop of the big man himself, Santa's office, right?
Yes, and Santa's not in right now.
No, and he will. Oh my God, I love the build-up of Santa. I love what they do with him in this episode, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
I have my big discovery is about to be in this scene, so keep going with it. I'll point it out.
Okie dokie. So essentially the princess, she sees, you know, she's looking on the dice list that's like just thousands of pages long, and I love how she's just like, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. That's just such like a freaking little brat kid thing to do. Oh God, such little kid envy.
Also, I love her reaction when she keeps scrolling down there and she sees Mitch is on there. Mitch Mitchelson.
Yeah.
Mitch Mitchelson.
Oh God. Oh, I love how they work in Mitch. It's just great.
But that's important though, because it just shows you right now that, you know, Mitch, that's definitively the end of his screw jar if you really want to be technical, because he's so good. around the holidays. Even I might as well get into it now. My big, if I may take
Yeah,
over.
go for it, for sure.
Okay, so point is, we see that huge list, that fax papery list. It's all the nice kids in the world. Okay, right? All the nice kids in the world.
Oh yeah.
Also, there's only one name on the naughty list. It's very important. Only one name on the naughty list. For this year's naughty list, I should say. Princess.
Okay. Yeah.
Princess Morebucks. Morebucks. It's the funny gags, really. But that's important because think about it. Our Santa Claus here is such a good judge of character. Or at least, well, maybe not so good judge like given later on. But the point is, apparently our Santa Claus is a very...
he has a few character flaws himself.
Yeah, I know. He does definitely have a huge character flaw. We'll get to that. But I mean, think about it this way. All the Powerpuff Girl villains are good.
Okay, interesting.
Except Princess. Now, I have a theory for that. So I think we saw Mojo Jojo. He's getting into holiday spirit, so he's on the good thing. He's on the nice list.
Okay.
There's two villains from Powerpuff Girls I can't really see that with, though.
Him.
Yes, him, definitely. Him and the gang, Green Gang.
I
don't know. I guess
the Green Gang, they're kind of more just like harmless pranksters.
Well, I mean, no, they're
do
really
they
a
ever
street
really
gang.
cause any serious damage? That's the thing.
I mean, I don't know, that's the thing. I mean, they're a street gang, and they kind of have the intention to do wrong, and they don't really redeem themselves like the Amoeba Boys. The Amoeba Boys are great.
Okay, yeah, right, fair enough.
But, I mean, I don't know, it's like in the movie, like they're literally like a street gang, and Mojo just has to save them from in the Powerpuff Girl movies. I don't know.
Oh man,
I'll cut them.
I haven't seen the movie all the way through.
But the point is that Santa Claus, he'll cut Mitch Mitchelson a break because he sees that Mitch is he's just like he's his annoying bully, but he's not a terrible guy. He cleans up around the holidays at least, so at least he cleans up when he needs to be.
Yeah.
Also, a funny thing we should have mentioned that Miss Keene, the narrator mentioned Miss Keene only wants Mitch to behave. That's so nice for Miss Keene. Miss Keene just wants the best for everybody. She doesn't even think about herself. That's so sweet.
Oh, I hope that little Mitch boy behaves himself.
I don't know, I just love Miss Keene.
We both clearly do.
Anyway, so the point is, I love the fact that Mitch, that feeds into like the true nature. Really, when you think about it, everyone's... Like he's judging them as if, at their core, are they good or are they really truly evil? So I mean, even our villains from the Powerpuff Girls are on that list. And Mojo Jojo, we've seen, given the finale of the Powerpuff Girls in the grand scheme of things, the villains become heroes. Remember? Well, I mean,
I haven't seen a lot, so don't bog us down in details right now. But
well, point is, we find that not all the villains aren't all bad. Well, him, that's still up in the air with him. Him should definitely be on this.
Oh yeah. It's like how do you
at least on the list we see later of the permanently naughty people.
Right.
I'm just saying, him is like a given. I mean, he's technically Satan, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, you would think that like him is basically the Powerpuff Girls equivalent of the devil incarnate. So it's like
either Santa Claus is really incompetent at his job, which is all possible.
Which is very possible given his.
So whether or not it's just Santa Claus being a really understanding guy, which I think could be interesting, barring him. Or he's really just a really bad judge of character, so the villains are on the nice list.
Maybe him just struck some sort of like shady ass deal with Santa, because I could see him doing something like that. That's kind of what him is all about. Kind of like he's kind of like the trickster. He's almost kind of like a Dr. Facilier type. He'll go around and he'll literally like sell his soul or sell your soul, or you know what I mean?
Quite possibly, quite possibly. Still, I like how Santa, if in logically, not logically. Potentially that Santa Claus is a judge character, he can see the good in people.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, that's really kind of inconsistent with what we get later. But just the idea right in this scene that, maybe Santa Claus is a good judge character, that even our villains, he sees the good in our villains, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like Fuzzy Lumpkins, he's just an agitated hillbilly. He's not a bad guy.
Fuzzy Lumpkins is harmless. He's harmless.
Yeah. Unless you give him a banjo, then he's really harmful.
Oh, God.
A banjo and meat. So... But still, we know Mojo Jojo of all characters really is not a bad guy, given where the series ends.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Anyway.
Okay,
so a little thing I wanted to note, that's all.
Yeah, so Princess, she gets the idea, what if she just swaps the list? makes her the only person on the nice list, and then literally everyone else in the world on the naughty list.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. One last thing. It's important to the plot.
Yeah.
If just by logic that all the villains are good, the question remains: why is Princess Morbucks on the naughty list if all the villains are on the good and nice list? I have a theory for that. I think it's because just looking at Mojo Jojo, because we literally saw him and he's getting a high spirit, and presumably he's on a nice list. Princess, I think, is because she's off the clock evil, kind of feeds into the mundanity I love about things. We saw Mojo Jojo when he's in that Great Day Off episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Basically, again, he does his shopping and whatnot. Puppet Bros are basically a nuisance, and it's more like his lot in life to destroy them. He doesn't really. He's not too.
Powerpuff Girls are essentially like his equivalent to Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that, but also it's his day job. That's what he does. It's like he doesn't. He's not care for him. He's annoyed by everybody. That's Mojo Jojo's lot in life. But it's more so he doesn't take that home with him though. Like we've seen a few times in the series. He just calmed down. He's in the lairs, like reading the book or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He's off the clock. He's a nice guy. He just likes his solitude. But Princess, she's just unpleasant 24/7. I mean, she's the most. Her basically her alter ego is her full-on ego. She's always this horrible.
Well, like I said, I think a good comparison can be made between Princess and Randall. Like, what do you think? Would Randall be on the naughty list?
I would say most likely yes, but I mean,
or maybe Randall's so evil that he pulls off some him-style shenanigans and negotiates ways off.
It's not that Randall he does skate on evil a lot, but he's more so he's really just weaselly. Like, do we put lawyers on the naughty list?
Depending on who they're defending.
Yeah, like if it's the lawyer from Rake, then I can't put him on the naughty list. But
I'd say Saul Goodman definitely deserves to be on the naughty list.
I'm not quite sure about Saul. Saul has somewhat anyway.
All right, this is going like way super.
The point is, the Princess is like she's just evil. She's just so unpleasant and bratty 24/7. She's worth putting on the naughty list.
Oh yeah, but so her actions, she just switches everything around now. How do you buy this logic, Blue Dragon 5? Like, because obviously Santa gets very upset about this when we see it later in the episode. Like,
yes.
Like, what do you think of just the illogical logic behind just like, oh, I'm just gonna, just make just a quick switch? I don't know. It was one of the gaps of logic for me that kind of didn't work.
That's a problem for me. That's our Christmas gift to the Christmas special that we look past it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
However, I'm still bothered by it. Don't be wrong; it's still a valid complaint, but we'll give it an overall pass because it's the holidays.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, it's just first of all, how Princess just switches it last minute, so she just crossed out the name on the little sticker note, right? She just had like a new one made.
Yeah, I think what she did was she put a new sticker on both the lists.
Well, at least she's not that stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really dumb. If I was wondering, because I forgot rewatching this, I forgot how they did it with her little sticky note. I thought, oh, did she just cross that? Because that would have been stupid. No. It's actually it's another.
Intelligent.
Yeah, but still, though, she changed. How the big blame relies on Santa. Just falls on Santa's head because think about it. You checked all this twice. You have a huge pile.
As Bubbles does adequately point out.
Yeah, a huge pile that you checked last time. It said nice. Okay, it makes sense. One naughty. Easy to remember. So within that little window, it's Christmas Eve. That little window of less than 10 hours, even less than 5 hours, presumably, less than the day, less than 10 hours. Something changes. So apparently, all the kids in the world, all the people in the world, suddenly turn naughty, and only one nice. I mean, basically, it's saying Santa Claus, if not bad at his job, is extremely, extremely lazy and detached. To the point where he doesn't just skim over the thing. Wait, something doesn't check out here. I know this person's good. I know Professor Utonium. He's a nice guy. None of that factors into this guy's mind.
I mean, it eventually comes through when they confront him themselves, but anyways...
They have to spell it out for him!
All right. Well, let's kind of move. Let's so
Right. Keep going.
to kind of put to put a capper on the first part of the special. Essentially, the narrators being all melodramatic, it's like, and while the Powerpuff Girls and the rest of Townsville rest in their beds, the princess is hatching a plan, and she's awaiting, she's awaiting her plan to come into fruition. So essentially, it's like a Grinch setup. Like she's essentially stolen all the presents from everyone for her.
Oh yeah. And by the way, I like the little fact that Santa Claus does it on computer.
That's something that Mikey actually did bring up in the Recess special.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be much easier when he translates to email.
Yeah, but also, thinking about the computer, again, it kind of takes away the excusable factor of Santa Claus not making the list, but I mean, it's literally his computer.
Oh, right,
So
right.
he definitely has had to look over the thing a few times. Anyway.
Okay, so we get to the second part of the special. Bubbles, she wakes up first. She's just ecstatic,
As we all are.
Of course. Blossom and Buttercup, they're not quite as into it, but they do get up. And, well, no, wait, they don't get up.
They're asleep. Bubbles is ecstatic. She
asleep.
goes there even though she's not supposed to. Very important given her whole debacle with Buttercup.
So, oh god, yeah, right. So the tree's barely lit. There's no presents under the tree, and she goes for the stockings. And this is a really melodramatic reveal, Blue Dragon 5.
Oh yeah.
She goes for the stocking. And what's in the stocking?
A puppy?
No.
I'm kidding, Cole. Cole.
Oh, she wishes it was a puppy, Blue Dragon 5. She wishes it was a puppy.
Well, I mean, Andy got a puppy.
Yes, it's a lump of coal. Oh no, how could this happen? How could the Powerpuff Girls get coal in their stockings? And so Bubbles, she looks in Blossom and Buttercup's stockings. Coal! Once again, coal! How can this be happening?
Uses the X-ray vision, goes to everyone else's houses, checks. And what is it, Tiki?
It's coal! It's coal!
More coal! Coal! One word to describe this scene. Coal! Pretty much.
Oh, God. You know what this scene pretty much reminded me of, just tone-wise?
What?
It's a really odd moment in one of the original Powerpuff Girls shorts that aired on what was it?
What a cartoon?
What a Cartoon, yeah, What a Cartoon. And it was the one with Fuzzy Lumpkins, and Fuzzy Lumpkins turns Blossom's hair into chicken legs.
Yeah.
And it's so melodramatic.
Get off of my property!
You turned my hair into chicken! And it's just the same kind of adorable melodramaticness here. So,
because she's hardcore.
All right. So, anyways, she wakes up. Blossom and Buttercup, kind of gives them a little bit of exposition. Just says, "Oh my God, the Christmas. Oh my God, everything's gone." And
I love Vera Strong is a gem because she can just rev herself up vocally with Bubbles. To the point where it's like you have a record player going, and it's like going at super speed, and she's talking so fast you can hear every word, and it's like almost piercing your eardrums.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Just how freaked out she is at delivering this. Just basically saying, "All the presents are gone, everything's going back." Everything is cold. So what's wrong? Then she explains the whole situation in grave detail, which I love. Basically says, so I went down here even though I wasn't supposed to. I checked the stockings. It was cold. And I checked everyone else's stockings. It was cold, there. And says, wait, you checked everyone else's stockings?
Yeah, that leads to a big moral dilemma for Bubbles.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, but So, anyways, after that, basically what we get is...
Oh, can I mention one thing? I love when she was going at super speed describing the situation.
Yeah.
I love the line. It's snowman related thing. It cracks me up. She says, "So I was going to look under the tree, see the gift, see how many gifts we got or whatnot." Basically, I remember because I usually see that snowman ornament hung by the bottom because the snowman shoveling snow because it's so funny because the snowman Why would the snowman be shoveling snow? Because he's made of snow. She explains the joke, the gag of the snowman. I love that. And essentially, after the girls kind of play the blame game, saying, "Well, it got cold because you looked at everyone else's presents." She's explained, "No, I didn't do that until afterwards," because she's feeling guilty about it already.
Again, I love the delivery of that, of course.
Yeah. Which is great. But then she really should have opened with this. None of us got presents, but she says, "Well, you didn't get anything either." Says, "What?" And I'm convinced this is reused animation, because otherwise it's a waste of money. Because then the Powerpuff Girls, they say, "So there were nothing in the stockings?" You hear the little sound effect, do the little head-turning sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
Just turning her, that has to be reused animation for like, nodding sorrowfully, like, "No."
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. Again, the gag almost kind of has a McFarlane-esque sense of timing to it. In a way. But,
Anyway, so yes, basically the evil plans come to fruition. The Powerpuff Girls, the heroines of our little Townsvillian universe here, have gotten coal, and so is the rest of the city. And she's raking in the rewards.
Indeed, but her main goal is to be a Powerpuff Girl herself, which I might say is
she wants the unattainable.
I must say this is a very Syndrome-esque motivation.
I always figured it was like Princess the Spoiled Girl wanting the unattainable. It's more Baruch Assault than anything. Like she wants what she can't have.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess that's fair to say. Yeah,
and, she
essentially just wants the glory of the Powerpuff Girls. It's not like she's a fangirl or anything like that.
Oh yeah, she just wants. Yeah, she definitely wants the glory. That was like in her first episode. She wanted to become a Powerpuff Girl, made the little power suit, and with like a jetpack attached to it. But now she doesn't need the jetpack because of Santa's gift. Santa. Thanks to a la Santa Magic.
Oh, can I just point one thing out just really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, just one tiny little detail. I love the moment when the Powerpuff Girls go out the chimney, and then they're all covered in, like, chimney ashes and stuff, and they just start laughing. Again, it's just such a perfect, like, little kid moment.
Oh, yeah. I love when they do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. But then that's when the princess comes in, so you want to take it?
And Princess comes in, and she's flying. Because now she has the powers of a Powerpuff Girl. Man, Santa really can do anything. Wonder if he can.
Man, I want superpowers. Where's my superpowers? Maybe we should wish for superpowers at the end of Christmas in July, Blue Dragon 5. Maybe that should be our wish to Santa.
I don't know, I've always kind of been the Batman mentality, but you know what I would like for Christmas? I'd love to have Great Delisles under my tree.
Oh my.
Not for anything. Not get your mind out of the gutter, Tiki. Great Delisles, she's fantastic.
Just literally just sleeping under the tree, just like.
Okay, fine. Under the tree was a poor choice of words. Okay.
Like with all the pine needles, like probably stabbing her back and whatnot. What are you just gonna force her under there?
Okay, it was.
Okay.
To quote The Dark Knight, very poor choice of words, okay? I like Great Delisles for Christmas, a little bow on her head, okay?
Oh, God. Oh, just a bow now, okay. She doesn't have to be under your death tree.
Okay, she doesn't. What do you think my tree's made out of? Syringes?
Pine needles, which are very uncomfortable for human beings to lay under.
I don't use the real tree. Use the plastic, the metal, and that. Anyway,
it's still probably uncomfortable. Okay.
I imagine so, Tiki, but it's not going to rain down death upon her. Anyway.
But it's still rude. Like, oh, hey, Great Delisles. Yeah, here's my house. Yeah,
okay,
you know what? Could you just lie under my tree for a minute?
First of all, Santa would have to have that conversation with her. Second of all, okay, I strike it from the record. I would like Great Delisles for Christmas, for the holidays, okay?
All right, fair enough.
Unless you have that Santa knows magic, it's not going to happen.
All right.
Anyway, so, Princess, now she has Powerpuff Girl's power. She's claiming that she is a Powerpuff Girl now, basically kind of the elaboration of the plan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And Bubbles is a... I love the little moment where basically Bubbles, it's mentioned again that Bubbles, she looked at everyone else's house and it was cold there, and I love that Buttercup mentions that. And then Bubbles just gives her that look. It was so well timed.
Yeah.
Bubbles just like squints her eyes and looks at her like, "Oh, you had to go there."
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect, like sibling rivalry moment. Oh yeah. Okay, and then basically there's a chase scene that starts, right? Like essentially the princess is threatening to quote unquote tell the Powerpuff Girls, and they're like, "Not if we tell on you first."
Yeah,
That's
it's basically
essentially what happens.
it's a race to tattle, and then basically it's a really cool looking
Oh, it's wonderful.
race. It's a race slash fight scene going to
Hmm.
the North Pole, which I gotta say though, given the power set of the Powerpuff Girls, if I were them, I would have used these abilities they use later on in the fight slash race earlier. Like I would have blasted her out of the sky with my heat vision first chance I got,
Right, right.
or I would have froze her first chance I got, slow her down. But don't worry, I love how they use the freezing later on to slow her down. Well, that's a cool bit of animation.
Yeah, yeah.
Freezing the giant wave, at least slow her down so they get a head start. But still,
Speaking of cool animation, I think that when they're flying over the water, I think it's a really cool mix of CG and hand-drawn stuff. Or
yeah.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is just like hand-drawn, but either way, just the water in that scene just looks really good. It's just one of the, like you can tell that this had more of a budget than an ordinary Powerpuff Girls episode, or even more of a budget than just like, two Powerpuff Girls episodes, which this has the runtime of. They really genuinely like spent money on this thing, and it looks damn good. I think it holds up.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So, you want to take us through the more of the chase?
Oh, well, that's pretty much, so they freeze the wave to slow her down there, and that's sort of like funny things that happen, like like Princess irritates Buttercup so much she kicks her, giving her a head start, which they chastise Buttercup for.
Mm-hmm.
Then, kind of culminates in them, they're getting closer and closer to the North Pole. Basically, somehow they hit Princess somewhere, and basically she hits the snow, and she's starting to come down with like a giant snowball. And then basically they all bump into each other, and they realize like they're either 1 mile away or they're just in the vicinity of the North Pole right now. And then the chase continues as they are in proximity to the North Pole.
Yeah, I love all the stuff that they do in the woods. It's just, like we said, it's just a very incredibly fast-paced, incredibly just stylish. You've got the three main pink, red, and green lines for the Powerpuff Girls, and then the princess. She kind of has a more bold, like sort of golden line.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so basically then the fight kind of takes place inside the workshop, leading to a lot of destruction.
Man of Steel!
Oh, yeah.
That's basically the only thing that was going through my mind during this scene. I'm like, oh crap, they're Man of Steeling it up.
Hey, Tiki, could you take over the recap for a second? I'll be back in a millisecond.
Yeah. Thank God you're here to save us, Powerpuff Girls, while you destroy our entire workshop. Oh God, but anyways, I digress. So yeah, they bring the fight into the workshop, and lo and behold, who do they run into but the big man himself? And oh boy, this is just the reveal of all reveals. So what do you think of Santa Claus?
Oh yeah, Santa Claus. Oh, well, this is the most unconventional take of Santa Claus I've ever seen.
You'd say ever?
Well,
you'd say it takes it.
Probably. Like I didn't expect this kind of interpretation, but I always thought it was really neat. It was striking. Seeing Santa Claus is just defeated. Absolutely. Basically, Santa Claus is so depressed by how society has let him down. Basically, a Santa Claus who kind of achieved his dream. Again, I'm not calling it his competency, that's one matter entirely, but an idea of a Santa Claus who achieved the goal like everyone in the world was nice except for one person. That's a victory in my book.
Oh, yeah.
Even the villains were good, apparently. Yet one person's bad, but now all of a sudden there's a huge flip there. There's only one nice person in the world that's mortally defeating, and apparently he's drowned his sorrows in, let's just say, eggnog cola.
Let's just say eggnog, yeah.
Or eggnog cola, because of the soda machine there.
But I'm going to assume it's an alcoholic substance.
Oh, sir. Well, yeah. Well, there's alcohol in the eggnog.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, so he's drowned his sorrows and just seeing like the bloodshot eyes, but it's more so the way this Santa Claus speaks that kind of was different than our conventional Santa Claus. He almost, I don't know how to describe it, but I want to say almost talks streetwise.
Oh God, yeah, you're right.
Almost.
He's just like, yeah, he's he's definitely very unconventional, and he's just like, and he's got like just a really unusual design where he's pretty tall, but he's got a really robust gut.
Yeah, I like when he talks like classic Santa though. when he gets into like energetic mode, like when he's saying the Powerpuff Girls, you mean the ones who are going around? It sounds like almost. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Goulet from the Recess special, a smidge. If not that, like kind of like almost like a Crosby Santa of sorts, you know, a smidge of a Crosby Santa.
Right.
Like he sounded like a classic Santa Claus when he was all energetic, saying the Powerpuff Girls going around saving everyone. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, it's just like we.
Point is, this Santa Claus.
Word I can have for it. It's just like it's ridiculous. You have to see the design for yourself. It's especially the bloodshot eyes. The bloodshot eyes are the thing that kill me.
I like how the beard looks, though.
Oh yeah. It
has a really good kind of silhouetted shape for the head.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, it's.
Also, the thing with this Santa is not too bright. Really not too bright.
No, not
so again, we went on mini rant just talking about how Santa Claus is too incompetent to see. The list has been changed. And again, I'm just saying, like, if you were in charge of, let's say, a small business, you had important paperwork, you only had to check twice, but still, it's like, let's say they're muy importante clients. Wouldn't you just flip through the thing to make sure, not even like a super like eyeglass look at it, you know, like a super like under the spyglass look, but just like a glance and say, okay, this is in the right place, okay, we're good.
If I had one glance, yeah, you're damn straight. I'd have it all in order for sure.
I'm just saying, at least just it's like skimming the thing, make sure at least some of the things are in order. Wouldn't you do that at least?
At the very least, yes. Oh
like,
God.
Of all things, like the equivalent here with the Powerpuff Girls, like if I was Santa and I'm looking through a list, I'd see like someone like, okay, Superman on the naughty list. Well, that's not right.
Right.
Spider-Man on the naughty list? Nope.
Yeah, you're right, and that's kind of eventually how he comes around to begin with, because he's, the Powerpuff Girls, this can't be right.
Yeah, he's starting to get there. He doesn't notice it still has to be spelled out to him by a princess going on a tirade, which by a princess is basically self-defeating her. She's hoisted on her own Powerpuff petard, if you will. Yeah,
you want to kind of describe that?
She rips in the Santa Claus, and even though the Santa Claus is not the brightest guy in the room, you feel bad for him, though. I mean, he's been defeated.
Oh, hell yeah, you do. I mean, he's just utterly defeated. You know, now after this, probably the worst
retreated into alcohol.
Career.
He's retreated into holiday alcoholism. He's alone. He's defeated. It was like the shortest Christmas ever for him because he only had to deliver coal.
Oh man!
Except for one stop with gifts, and it's ridiculous. But also, the thing kind of bugs me about Princess's whole rant is that she's asking for gifts. I mean, Santa already brought you gifts if you brought everyone else coal. So what are you asking for him now?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's just spoiled. You know, with spoiled kids, it's like nothing is ever enough. So
yeah, the point. So anyway, so let's see. Yeah, she rips in the Santa. It's really unpleasant and really commenting on the weight, calling it like a fat elf. It's really, really mean. Also, you know, I gotta say again, I like, despite the fact Santa's not too bright, I kind of like some charm. There's something charming about the seeing Santa behind the suit. You know, like the guy after he's done the whole Christmas route. You know, seeing like Santa just sitting in the mundanity of it all, just seeing like Santa sitting in front of the chair watching TV or whatnot.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I kind of thought like the North Pole in general in this movie was kind of depicted a little bit as like a highly stylized version of Fred Claus.
A little bit, yeah, yeah.
Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Where it's like you said, like Santa, he's just, he's just a guy doing his job. He's not the jolliest guy in the world, but he tries and he gets into the spirit. And
yeah, he's got a bit of a Giamatti similarity in design.
For sure, and especially I think the scale of the elf workshops and stuff like that, very much reminiscent of Fred Claus. Like, not saying that one ripped off the other or inspired the other.
Oh, certainly.
It's just design-wise, it very much kind of calls to mind.
It's just charming to see Santa Claus as a real guy after behind the suit. After he's made his delivery, before he's made his delivery. Heck, there are 3 Tim Allen movies dedicated to this fact, so it can be done. But also, again,
none of them were as comedic as this.
Yeah, it's funny how excited he gets by the Powerpuff Girls. And being in presence, like some people are super nice, just getting into why he loves doing the job, kind of rekindling some hope. And then he's just brought into shaken into reality by the verbal destruction that the prince is laying on him. And again, Santa's a little streetwise, saying, "Oh no, you're not telling Santa Claus what to do."
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So then then basically grabs her by the ear and drags her over to the permanent naughty list. But there are some inside jokes here.
Oh, is there?
I can't explain them all because I don't quite know them all. These are working on assumption pretty much.
Okay.
But there are like 4 names, I think, on there. 2 I can recall. Ryan, Faust, and more importantly, Bill McCracken. Now, I'm pretty sure, I could be stretching and I have absolutely no idea, so I'm working on an assumption that it's his brother or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's the creator of the Powerpuff Girls' brother.
Yeah, some sort of relative.
Yeah, some sort of relative, and I assume Ryan Faust is an animator or someone who works on the production.
Mm-hmm.
There are some other ones that
have been a perfect time to introduce the fact that him is on the permanent naughty list.
Yeah, I would have liked that. That would have made more sense in inside jokes. But the other one was it was Adolf. It was something. It wasn't Hitler, but it was like a elaborate last name. So I don't know if there was actually someone's name. I don't know if it was actually someone's name or was that the closest they could get to Hitler on kids' TV. I don't know.
Oh wow.
It was before Harold, mind you, but.
Today, Hitler, we have Will Smith. Okay, I won't get into that. So, in your new movie, I, Robot, is it true that we see your ass?
That's not Will. It's Christian Slater.
No, it's Will Smith.
No, it's Christian Slater, dude.
Oh.
It's from you're from Family Guy, right?
Yeah. Well, can we see it now? Oh, he's going to do it.
It's not. I'm 1,000% sure it's not Will Smith.
Okay. I was sure it was Will Smith because of the whole. Anyways.
Anyway. So, let's see. So, puts Princess on the permanent naughty list. She's like, no! Speeds off with her powers, and then Santa Claus uses old uses the nose uses old nose power, and gets rid of her power, so she's stuck in the snow. So Santa Claus is potentially culpable in murder. No, I'm kidding.
Now, Princess, I mean, one could say that she's a Scrooge in this episode, but she doesn't really get any holiday cheer.
That's a good point. Well, I mean, she definitely becomes
Scrooge arc. Like a big part of the Scrooge arc is getting the holiday cheer. So. Well,
wouldn't in a weird way Santa Claus be similar to Scrooge?
Oh my God, you're totally right. Oh wow.
Well, he's defeated by Princess's plot, and then he realizes.
Yeah, the Scrooge is the person in every holiday special that is defeated and then comes around. So
that's got to be Santa Claus, and so weird.
Wow.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is a Scrooge. Wow, that's awesome.
Anyway, so I love the the Powerpuff Girls are going to say Princess, I assume, so she's fine. We see by the end.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so the logical aftermath. I love the logical. Again, it's a logical logic at its finest. The logical aftermath of Santa, basically Powerpuff Girls say, "Oh, Santa Claus, what are you gonna do? Christmas is in like a few hours, and you still gotta deliver the gifts to all the people who actually are good." And says, "Don't worry, girls, I'm Santa Claus. I've handled stuff like this before." And he looks out to the warehouse, which is still damaged by all the fighting, and he just looks at it. He just like puts his head in his hands. He's just like, "Oh." You know, basically, things are looking really hopeless. He's sitting back in the chair of defeat. He's basically regressed to his former Scrooge mode.
I like how he doesn't even say anything like a cliche, like, "Oh, well, I guess Christmas is canceled this year." He's just depressed.
But then we get a wonderful Rudolph homage.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Again, I love it when he's in Santa mode when he speaks. He says, "Powerpuff Girls, with your nose with Powerpuff Girls, with your streak so bright, will you deliver the gifts tonight?" And they do, and the Powerpuff Girls, it's a big old Powerpuff Girls holiday save, delivering the gifts in big streaks of pink, green, and blue, and they're
classic.
Even found time to eat some cookies along the way. Good for them. In front of Princess, too.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, I guess one of the big rules in this universe is that if you're on the naughty list, Santa doesn't eat your cookies.
Huh.
Because they very much stress that in the montage, like when Bubbles was going through and looking at, all the houses.
Oh, right. Well, they didn't eat...
All the cookies are intact!
Well, remember, they weren't Princess's cookies. They were the prison guards' cookies or someone's.
Well, no, but I'm talking, like, just in the,
Oh, yeah.
Like when she was going through the neighborhood checking the stockings for coal. That was another big thing that the camera's kind of zooming in on was the cookies. I don't know, just an odd little detail, not really anything.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so after a long... I'm sorry, do you want to wrap up, or should I?
You could go ahead.
So after delivering gifts all around the world, they come home through those three memorable windows as always, tired as all get out. They save the day, they save the holiday. They're nuzzling in the bed. And they're so tired it's an animation mistake, but they're in the wrong places. Buttercup's on Bubbles' side, and Bubbles is on Buttercup's side.
Are you sure it's an animated mistake?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
It's like wherever it was animated, they must have been like it was a reflection.
Right.
Might have been a reflected shot or something, because they're in the wrong positions in bed, because usually Bubbles is the one nearest the door. Anyway, so they're in the wrong bed slots. Anyway, so they finally get to sleep. Then the professor, I love this moment, Professor Utonium. He barrels in, he's like, jumping on the bed, saying, "It's Christmas! Oh, Santa came, I heard the sleigh bells, I heard everything." No, basically, I heard, "Oh, Santa Claus is here, I'm hoping it's going to be an atom splitter." he's like a little kid around, and then the girl. It's such a funny reverse. So the parent is jazzing noise, and the kid isn't. Basically, the girl's like, "Professor, it's too early." He says, "Go to bed. We'll do Christmas in the morning." And the professor just walks out so defeated, like, "Okay." He walks, and he's so sad. Again, visually, it's so wonderfully told. It's so sad walking out the door. Then the girls kind of snap out and say, "Wait a minute. It's Christmas!"
Yeah, who cares if we're tired? There's presents down there. Holy crap!
Exactly. They burst out of the room. They grab the professor. At least they pass the professor on the staircase, and they open the gate. Also, a little thing to note: even though they don't really solve the professor's Christmas arc of fixing those lights, they do blink in the end. So it looks like we didn't see the tree lights working, but we saw the other lights working. So presumably the tree's working.
Okay, fair enough.
So, so the lights may be working. And if that is the case, yay! The holiday is saved, thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. In a nutshell.
Indeed. Well said. Alright, so that was, Twas the Fight Before Christmas. Yeah, I don't know, Blue Dragon 5. This one definitely had some good merits to it, but I do have some complaints about it as well.
Is it just because of Santa Claus?
No, I love the Santa Claus, actually. I really do. I just think, to tell you the truth, I think it might be a little too action-heavy.
It does go on a little long with the action, but merits.
Yeah,
idle soul on that.
We saw with the Justice League Christmas special, I think that Christmas special had a perfect blend of, most of it was character stuff with a couple action beats here and there. I feel like with this, it was kind of the opposite. It was sort of like most of it was action beats with, with character stuff here and there. So
No, I think just the third act's action-oriented.
yeah, but I'm just saying, even then, it's still kind of an overload. And I don't know. That's just me, though. I'm just really not an action guy. I mean, the action here is definitely good. It's stylized. It definitely has its merits. But I don't know. I just want to see Mojo Jojo have a mundane Christmas, and I'm disappointed that we didn't get. We only got like a brief glimpse of that. So I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't necessarily think the princess character is the strongest character to work into a Christmas special. Just because I just don't think she's the most memorable villain, and she's kind of obnoxious. I mean, I get in the sense that they're doing it as a Scrooge, but then, I guess me and my classic Scrooge tropes, it kind of bothers me that she doesn't learn at least some kind of lesson by the end.
No,
So,
they don't want to kill the character, I guess. So they don't want to change her too much.
I guess I can see that argument, but I don't know. I think there's something they could have done. I'm not saying it's a bad special, certainly not. It's definitely got really good animation, really exciting, high caliber action beats to it and everything, and a lot of good comedy. But I don't know, not my favorite though. I must say, definitely not my favorite of the ones we reviewed so far. But what's your take on it, Blue Dragon 5?
I liked it. Entertaining. I love the opening. Again, I like those just the humble things like the girls getting ready. The people of towns, the characters we like getting ready for the holidays. Those are my favorite bits. Again, I love Miss Keen also.
Oh yeah,
great.
of course.
It just hits home with all the stuff we all know that we would do around the house. Getting ready for the holidays. Like the little shuriken cookie cutter bit.
Right. Oh yeah.
Making the decorating for the holidays. Getting the cookies ready. Seeing what people just psyching themselves up for the holidays. So the first act is probably my favorite. My favorite part. Second act is my big problem. Is again Santa is a little too incompetent. How can he not check the list just to skim it?
Yeah, I feel like this special just kind of suffers from a few plot holes here and there. Really.
The third act has cool action. They kind of sells you on the whole fight aspects. You're gonna have the calm before the storm in the first act.
Right.
The plot's in the second act, and the third act is just kind of. Our ending is kind of getting us to the point where we meet Santa. Because I love the build of Santa Claus. That's really cool.
Oh, absolutely. Santa Claus is one of my favorite parts of this.
And it's gutsy that they went
so unconventional.
It's gutsy that they went with that unconventional Santa Claus. So
essentially an alcoholic Santa. Essentially.
Yeah, definitely at least susceptible to holiday depression drunk. So,
yeah.
I mean, and that's interesting. As long as I'm glad they brought back Santa with those little moments like you say, oh, the Powerpuff Girls, like, hey, Christmas isn't through unless I say it's through. It's through. Something like that. So, I mean, I like those moments. It's like the special with Santa Claus is not exactly Santa Claus. It's not as bad or anything. It's just he needs to get into the holiday spirit. So it's a nice little arc for Santa. Again, Santa Claus is our Scrooge, technically.
Indeed.
Man, they just smartened Santa up a little bit. I might have. Like, if they somehow worked that listing to be a little more believable, I guess. I think it would have been better. But it's fine. It's our miracle exception.
Right. If they would have just tightened up the script on that a little more, just explain it just a tiny bit better, I hear you.
Also, if they could have trimmed a minute out of the fight / chase, just a minute.
Sure. It does kind of drag a little bit.
Yeah, just a smidge. Like, get us to the workshop a little faster.
Yeah. I hear you.
And,
all right. Well, overall, I think we can both agree it's a very valid special. Just kind of has a few pacing issues here and there.
It's definitely
plot holes.
Oh yeah, it's loads of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like every Powerpuff Girls is. All right. So before we do our little outro, Blue Dragon 5, do you want to kind of tease the audience on what we're going to be reviewing tomorrow night?
Does it involve a Nicktoon?
It does involve a Nicktoon.
Okay, may I?
Yes, by all means.
Okay, folks. So tomorrow, kind of running with the theme of greed and getting too much.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to kind of cover a more cautionary version of Princess's whole character gimmick of when you just ask for a good thing too often, seeing how it kind of sours a holiday, or can go horribly wrong. And we even see Santa Claus who's a little unconventional, but unconventionally awesome.
Oh God! I'm excited.
In this next special, it's going to be the Fairly Odd Parents Christmas special. I believe it's called Christmas Every Day, but
Christmas Every Day? Okay, okay.
I think it's that.
Funny
I could be
because there's also a Fairly Odd Parents Christmas special with frickin' Drake Bell, and it's a live action movie.
Oh no, I've seen that. That's terrible.
And you're just like, no, don't touch it.
No live action Fairly Odd Parents. Never again.
Okay.
The point is, the point is, it's what if Christmas was every day, and it's gonna be it's a fun one. So Nicktoons, Fairly Odd Parents, Christmas Every Day.
And it's been a week since we started Christmas in July. We started it with the Hey Arnold Christmas special, so it's only appropriate that a week into it we do another Nickelodeon special. So we'll kind of keep a little bit of a pattern moving forward.
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. Not locked in stone, but so yeah.
Like not literally. We're definitely gonna mix up. We're gonna mix up the names in the hat a little bit, so it might be in a different time than you expect. But
Sure, by all means. But with that in mind, we add now we add the Powerpuff Girls Twas the Fight Before Christmas to our little Christmas special concoction, our scientific experiment that we've got going on. These Christmas specials, they all have run-of-the-mill things that kind of tie them together, that make them the great holiday events that we are. We here at So You Want to Be an Imagineer, we feel that there's a code that we can crack to really kind of get this true sense of how these Christmas specials are so meaningful for us.
Yep, it's sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients. Oh, I'm sorry, Tiggy. How are we gonna do that?
Oh, we are going to be doing that by putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Yes. Next time on Christmas in July.
Fa la 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 la. Day saved.
Happy holidays, everyone.